Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV215b 183, otherwise known as the Death Star. It's on the southwest spawn of Karelia under the command of the Royal Penguin. I think you noticed that the paint scheme that this particular Death Star is using is the Imperial Death symbol from Star Wars. At least I think it is, unless I'm wrong. Well, anyway, it's a skin that was actually designed by Sir Rusty, and it's either that or it's a monster logo. I think it is the Imperial one, at least I thought it was the Imperial one. But anyway, I digress. What you're looking at is a self-propelled gun designed by the British Army for use against Soviet heavies to wipe them out. It's a 183mm gun capable of 1,150 hit points of damage with the standard AP, penetrating 310mm of armour. With the HESH rounds, it can do 1,750 and only penetrate 230mm. Now, the awkward thing about this tank, which is based on the Conqueror tank, is that it actually hasn't got the ability to turn the turret all the way around. You can only turn it 45 degrees either side of the centre line. First target, IS-7. Let's see how he does. Well, that one went straight through for 1,782 hit points using the HESH. Of course, HESH just causes the hull on the inside of the tank to break up and then kill all the crew in the process. It flies, causes shrapnel to fly around the inside of the tank, and yeah, it can be very deadly. Okay, next round is the Type 5, and he only loses 332 from that round. Now we're loading an AP round next. That will probably be better for the Type 5. You don't need to use HESH on the Type 5. Oh, 121 came into sight. That's oh, and he spotted us, so we need to get behind the rock. Otherwise, we are going to receive a lot of shots from the enemy because we're a priority target. With that 183mm gun, we can do a lot of damage to the enemy. Now, the armour is quite good. It's 152.4mm on the front of the hull, 50.8 on the sides, and 76 at the rear. On the turret, it's 254mm of armour on the front, 177 on the sides, and 31 on the rear. But of course, it does have that big hatch where the crew gets out, and that's a weak spot. Now, he did take a round there from the T92 HMC. It was only a splash for 299, but it's still a lot of damage. Okay, the other thing about the Death Star is it's got a very long reload. The standard reload 28.76 seconds. He's got it down to 23.73, the Royal Penguin. Oh, and unfortunately that one didn't do any good at all. And in fact, actually, we took an HE round from the Type 5 for 241, but luckily it wasn't a premium round, and we're now moving to get closer to the cliff edge here, which will help us against the Arty, because Arty can't really easily fire over that cliff edge, and we can get shots on that IS-7. Okay, unfortunately the 277 is getting in the way at the moment. But that's okay, because he's acting as extra armour for us. The Royal Penguin's actually acting more as a support vehicle, and that's what he's supposed to do. And oh my gum, he just took out the 2684 for 1,556 with a HESH round. That's a big kill. His total is now over 3,000, well, 3,670. Say it's not over 3,670, but he's certainly had a big impression on the enemy. Oh, and unfortunately that shell is totally wasted, so that's 8,000 credits gone down the drain. It's unfortunate because his teammate took out the enemy before he could fire. Okay, who's next? Well, he's letting his teammates go ahead of him. That's probably the best thing to do under the circumstances. Type 5, hello Mr. Type 5, and Only 64 hit points from that shot. So he's loading the AP again, because he did get some damage with the AP before. Unfortunately, that guy's going behind cover. Now the Death Star is no longer in the tech tree because they replaced it with the Badger, which is a bit of a pity really. Although the Badger is quite good, it is vulnerable, it can be taken out, so can the Death Star for that matter. But the Death Star was so much fun, being able to blast people away with the HESH rounds. In fact, you can only carry 20 rounds of ammunition in the entire game, so yeah, kind of limited how much damage you can do. Well, no pen on that one. Just a quick check behind, see who's behind him. I think they've got this game in hand because the rest of our team are actually at the enemy camp area, and although they're having to deal with the other Death Star, the enemy's Death Star, they've just killed him. So it's now just a matter of clearing up these guys. And come on, shot in. He's going for the 1-2-1, and he gets 669 from that AP round. He's loading a HESH for the next shot. You can see he's got plenty of HESH to play with. That Type 5 is going to go very shortly. Oh, ouch. That hurt. That was the 2684, I think, hitting the E4 and got a high roll. We've got the enemy's cap area. There goes the Type 5. Bit of a snapshot, but it worked. So now 2 kills. The Object 2684 and the Type 5 Heavy. And just under 5k of damage. Oh, one of the enemy tanks, the 121, appears to be going back to reset camp, but oh no, takes a round for 710 instead. And we're trying to use our teammate for cover there to block the 121 firing into our lower plate. And the 121's gone down to the STB1, and that is the end of the game, and it's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and it was a first class tanker for the Royal Penguin in the FV215b 183, the Death Star. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14, and a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, but he didn't get any other medals in that game. No, I'm afraid not, but let's have a look at team scores and see where he was. Well, you can see he actually did get the highest damage in the game, but it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he missed out on the high caliber. 5,460 hit points of damage in total. The second highest score was the STB1. He got 5,252 out of that game, and the third highest damage went to the T110E4 with 4,892. So when it came to kills, it was the STB1 who did the best with 4 kills. 2 kills went to the Royal Penguin and also to the FV215b, which is the heavy tank on the British team, and also to the Object 268 version 4 that he killed on the enemy team. Yes, he got some nice damage as well. In fact, I think that's the one that he killed. I just need to check that. No, actually, it's not the one he killed. That was the one that was up on the horseshoe, firing down on them. He killed the other Object 2684 who was actually running around in the southwest corridor, southeast corridor I should say. Let's have a look at the rest of the detail. Actually, we didn't do the XP first. When it came to XP, it was the STB1 again. He did the best with 1,246. Then we got the Royal Penguin with 1,076, and then the FV215b with 1,025, followed by the E4 with 1,007. Those are all the players who managed to get over 1,000 XP in the game. Let's have a look at detail now. 10 shots fired, 8 direct hits, but only 2 pens in that game, 6 splash. Damage of 5,480 hit points, of which 3,670 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, 1 of them penetrated, and 3 hits by way of splash damage. Yes, he did get hit by the Arty, and he also got hit by an HE round from the Type 5 Heavy as well. In fact, I think it was a couple of rounds from the Type 5. 4 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, and 52 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 36,481 credits and 50,000 from personal missions payout. But I'm afraid his ammunition costs were rather expensive because he did fire a lot of HESH. In fact, as you saw, one of those HESH rounds actually did no damage on the enemy at all because the enemy was already dead by the time that Raw Penguin fired, and as a consequence it was completely wasted. That's 8,000 credits down the drain. If that shell hadn't been fired, he would have made a profit for the game. Yes, it would have been a small profit, but it would have been a profit nonetheless. But in actual fact, he ended up with a loss of 7,374 credits. Ouch. 1,076 XP times 2 for the first victory, 3,228 from personal missions and 81 for this being a premium vehicle, and he took away 6,537 experience points altogether. So a very good game in terms of the damage that he did. He really used his HESH rounds. It's just so unfortunate that that round was fired at a tank that was already dead and he lost it, because otherwise he would have made a profit and he would have come out on top and said, well, that was good. No high caliber, but he did do his best to help the team to win and carry them along, and so you can't knock that. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
Can you just keep coming up?
Yes.
No stuff on the stairs.
Okay, where's my son?
And thank you for watching.